Welcome to the Themidnightburn Inn. Tonight we venture into the darkest corners of Mississippi, where family bonds shatter like glass in the winter cold, and love transforms into something unrecognizable. This is a story that will crawl under your skin and refuse to let go, a tale of betrayal so profound it defies comprehension. In the sleepy town of Magnolia, Mississippi, where Spanish moss drapes ancient oaks like funeral shrouds, a mother's love met its match against forces she never saw coming. This isn't just another true crime story. This is about the moment when childhood innocence died alongside the woman who gave them life. January 4th, 2019. The kind of bone-chilling Friday night that makes even the bravest souls pull their curtains tight. At 1088 Lawson Road, in Pike County's shadowy embrace near the Louisiana border, a 32-year-old mother named Erica Hall was settling in for what she believed would be another ordinary evening with her daughters. A single mother of 4 girls, she worked tirelessly at Sanderson Farms in Summit, her hands calloused from honest labor, her heart heavy with the weight of raising children who were slipping through her fingers like smoke. But ordinary was the last thing this night would be, because, sometimes the monsters we fear most don't lurk in dark alleys or abandoned buildings. Sometimes they sit at our dinner table. Sometimes they call us Mom. The warning signs had been there, written in blood-red ink across the pages of recent days. Just before this night of horror, Erica's own daughters, her 14-year-old Mariona and her 12-year-old sister, had tried to run her down with the family car. The very vehicle that should have represented freedom and family trips had become a weapon in their hands. She called for help, reported her unruly children to authorities, then pulled back from pressing charges because deep down, she still believed love could conquer whatever darkness was growing in their hearts. She was wrong. On this frigid January evening, with winter's breath fogging the windows and shadows dancing on the walls, an argument erupted. The exact trigger remains disputed. Some say Christmas presents, others say confiscated cell phones. But what followed was neither childish tantrum nor moment of rage. This was calculated, premeditated, cold. Chief Investigator Chris Bell would later testify to a sequence of events so chilling it haunts him still. The older daughter, Mariona, had planned this moment. She had retrieved her mother's own gun from the family car, turning Erica's property into an instrument of her destruction. The deception was as cruel as it was simple. A fake knock at the door. Erica, trusting as only a mother can be, rose from her bedroom and walked toward what she believed was an unexpected visitor. Instead, she walked into hell. What happened next defies the natural order of things. The older daughter struck first, plunging a blade deep into her mother's back. Then the younger sister, just 12 years old, pulled the trigger. The gunshot wound to Erica's chest wasn't enough to end their fury. The stabbing continued, multiple wounds to her upper torso, the knife driven so deep it remained lodged in her back like an exclamation point. Erica Hall, who had given these children life, breath, and love, collapsed in her own front yard, her blood seeping into the cold Mississippi earth. But perhaps most chilling of all was what came next. As their mother lay dying, the 2 girls simply walked away. Into the January night they went, seeking rides to nearby McComb, spinning lies about a grandmother's death with the same mouths that had once called Erica Mama. It was Erica's sister, Ebony, who made the discovery that would shatter a family forever. At 11:42 p.m., she found her sister slumped against the driver's side of her car, drenched in blood, the knife still protruding from her back like some twisted monument to filial betrayal. Southwest Mississippi Regional Medical Center could do nothing. Erica Hall was pronounced dead, another mother lost to violence, but this time at the hands of those she'd loved most. The investigation that followed revealed a web of escalating violence and missed opportunities. Sheriff Kenny Cotton confirmed multiple disturbance calls to the residents. The system had tried to help, but how do you protect a mother from her own children? Investigator Chris Bell, a man who'd seen humanity's darkest impulses, called this one of the worst cases of his career. The psychological evaluation ordered for 14-year-old Amariona couldn't explain away the inexplicable. How do two children, babies really, plan and execute their mother's murder with such cold precision? The legal system, well, it struggled to process the unthinkable. Amariona was charged as an adult with first-degree murder, and her bond was set at $150,000. Her younger sister, protected by juvenile confidentiality laws, just disappeared into the youth court system. Both girls are no longer in custody, and now their fates are in the hands of courts that have to somehow balance justice with the reality that, the perpetrators here are children. The ripple effects, they tore through the Hall family like shrapnel. Aunt Robin Coney, still haunted by the image of that knife in her sister's back, spoke of years of, pure hell. The family didn't just lose Erica, they lost the girls too, in just one horrific night. A grandmother lost her daughter and her granddaughters, siblings lost their sister and nieces, and a whole community lost its sense of safety. Some family members dispute the official narrative, clinging to alternative theories about abuse and self-defense. Others, though, simply mourn, caught between grief for Erica and heartbreak for two children whose lives are now, forever defined by this moment of ultimate betrayal. This case, it really forces us to confront some uncomfortable truths about family violence, juvenile justice, and just how limited intervention can be sometimes. When Erica called about her unruly children, you gotta wonder, was there more the system could have done? And when the girls tried to run her down with a car, should that have been treated as attempted murder instead of just a family disturbance? The defense, they might argue self-defense here, painting Erica as an abusive mother who, in their eyes, drove her children to desperation. But, investigators found no official reports of abuse, and the calculated nature of the attack really suggests something far more sinister than just a moment of panic. Due to all the extensive media coverage, including national attention that turned this family tragedy into, tabloid fodder, the case was moved from Pike County to Panola County. Years have passed since that bloody January night, and still, justice just remains elusive. Trial dates have been set and postponed, psychological evaluations ordered and delayed. As of 2024, the case remains in legal limbo, a family destroyed while lawyers argue procedure and precedent. The dice of justice tumbles slowly in Mississippi courtrooms while memories fade and wounds refuse to heal. Tonight, we've walked through one of Mississippi's most haunting family tragedies, a story that, challenges everything we think we know about maternal love and childhood innocence. In Magnolia, Spanish moss still drapes the oaks like funeral shrouds, and on Lawson Road, shadows still dance where they shouldn't. Erica Hall worked hard, loved deeply, and died violently at the hands of those she cherished most. Her story reminds us that evil doesn't always announce itself with fanfare. Sometimes it whispers, "Mom," someone's at the door, and waits for love to answer. This has been another journey into the darkness on the Themidnightburn channel. Remember, evil often wears familiar faces and speaks in voices we trust.
Happened that day, that Erica, your mom, died.
Abuse going on?
Yes.
Until next time, catch the dice. They rollin'.